Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you all and to just add a voice as Office of the President, Gender Division, Cabinet Office. I know my colleagues who spoke earlier before me have already touched on gender issues, but I'm going to zero in on certain protocols and also where we stand as a country. I just want to let you know that, first of all, to remind you that Zambia signs to a lot of international protocols, continental protocols, of course, regional protocols. And we already agreed to that from years back, and therefore we have to implement and ensure that these are achieved. So how do we get there? I'm going to zero in on particularly the UN 2030 agenda. And with this, we have the Sustainable Development Goal, number 5. This SDG is very key to gender division and, of course, women and youth and, of course, persons living with disabilities. So with this particular SDG, it promotes gender equity and gender equality. And how do we get that? Or does Zambia actually have that? Clearly, you can see that where we stand as Zambia, we actually don't have gender equity and equality. Let's look at parliaments, the representation in parliament. I'm going to give you examples of just within the region, just our SADC region, where our friends are to date. So if you look at 35% women in parliament, if you look at Zimbabwe, they're at 41%. If you look at Tanzania, Tanzania is at 38%. Look at Namibia, just next door here, they're at about 44%, thereabout. And Zambia is the only one lacking way behind, and we're at around 15%. So when are we supposed to reach the 50-50 parity goal? We only have 5 years, yeah, because we only have up to 2030 to reach this 50-50 parity. How do we get there is a question. How much time do we have, and what opportunity do we have? So the only opportunity we have right now to get to meet that Agenda 2030 is the general election. And this general election is next year. So between 2026 next year to 2030, we won't have another general election until 2031. So this is the only opportunity women can actually rise in this country with the support of cooperating partners and civil society organizations for us to meet the 50-50 parity. And if we can't meet the 50-50 parity, the only other way is at least to have the quotas, which is the 30%, because right now where we are at 15% is very bad. And I should tell you, as a permanent secretary, gender division, it's very embarrassing when I go and represent my country at international level. We go to Commonwealth, we go to UN, we go to AU, and each country gives, every member state is given an opportunity to report on the progress made. And it's very embarrassing for me, who's reporting on behalf of the Zambian people, to say we're at 15%. When my friends in the, just here, SADC region, they are around, all of them are above 40%. Above, I mean, only one country maybe is at 38%. But we're so far behind. So the only sure way for us to actually get there, I'm seeing only two routes that can help us get there quickly. One is to implement the quota system. The second one is delimitation. So as for the quota system, what is expected, or what are we looking up to as women? So for the quota system, we are hoping to have all the political parties, and allow me to just urge all those people who are in control in terms of political appointments. So would like to see women being adopted You know, like if we can have at least 30% from each political party to have 30% women adopted, minimum, I'm talking about minimum 30%. But if we can have the 50-50 parity, that would really be great, would really appreciate as women to see that the numbers increase from that angle. So the 30% quota system will really be appreciated. But also we are looking at the delimitation, because if we have some of these constituencies, sometimes I call them countries. A country, you know, like a constituency like Chongwe. I mean, Chongwe starts all the way from as far close as Chirundu, and it ends towards Kabwe. It's so big, you know. And just within Chongwe, you can literally have 3 constituencies there, you know. I know that Kazungula is one of the biggest, in fact, if not the biggest. It's literally a size of a country, you know. It's so big, and it can be cut in so many. In fact, Kembe, where our Honorable Minister of Justice is a member of Parliament, representing the people of Kembe, is equally a very big constituency. I mean, I can mention quite a lot of them. But if some of these constituencies can be cut so that we have more representation, hoping that the people who can be adopted and voted in some of those extra new constituencies should be women. And we can like work together and make sure that we choose, we push this agenda. So it would be nice to see more women from those constituencies. But also, allow me to also take advantage of this opportunity to call upon women. Because how do you get appointed when you're actually not presenting yourself? Come out from those homes. I know that most of you fear cyberbullying. I know that most of you fear violence. The current president has made it clear that there's no violence. There will not be any violence next year. There will be no violence towards elections or during elections. So please feel free to come out now. Don't wait until the last minute, because most of you come out when it's already too late, and then there is no time for you to actually vie for these positions properly. So come out now, show your interest, go on the ground, campaign, and make yourselves known to the people of the constituency that you are vying for. So these points are very critical. We need to make sure that we get the numbers on time. With those few words, I just want to thank you, to appreciate all of you, and I'm hoping that more women will actually come out and participate during this process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PS.